What is up, and I am ready, and welcome to another video. And today, in this video, we're going to be illustrating an updated post-duel overload Tenny deck profile that gave us the new Tenny Spirit, link for, well, how's it pronounced? Sahara. So it's cool. It's an insane kind of card. It works really insanely with the non-effect stuff. But we'll get into that so when we get to them. But first, let's just get right off into the deck profile. Now, of course, just like any other normal Tenny deck profile, we are running our 3 Vashuda. Now, of course, if you know, I say if you've been involved in the meta any time in the last couple months, say Vashuda is just insane. Crazy, but before that, I say get out of the way. So if you're new to Tennies, Tennies all have the same clause. If you control no effect monsters, you can special summon them, and they all have an effect within the graveyard if you control a non-effect monster. See, with this one, if you control a non-effect monster, so you can banish this card from the graveyard and pretty much bounce a card back to the opponent's hand. So really good with that. Of course, now we have the white. The light Tenny. Ashuna is your recursion crazy card. So you can banish it from the graveyard and special summon another Tenny spirit monster. Well, another Tenny monster from your deck except for itself. So it's a way to bring out, say, your other missing pieces for your combos. Then, of course, we have 3, Adahara. This is your, one, it's your tuner. And second, it is your recursion. So it basically allows you to bring back your banished resources. A lot of bring back your banished Tennies. I say just banish from the graveyard and return one of your banished Tennies, I say, back to your hand. So definitely a good recur. Then we have 3 Synthana. Synthana is insane because you can target one of your, destroyed monsters. That were destroyed and then special summon it back. So it's kind of more recursion to keep up with your what is the word, your advantage, say your card advantage, so you're not just getting your board destroyed and not having any recursion at all. Then the last 2 Tennies, one Mapura and one Nahata. They're really good. Nahata is really good because it's kind of like an honest type effect, but instead of giving your opponents attack points, it decreases your opponent's monsters by 1,500, which is really good, especially if you got a big beater you want to try to beat over. And then Simpura is just cool because you can banish the card from the graveyard, from your hand or graveyard, and then a card that targets your non-effect monsters, you can negate and destroy it. So it's kind of more disruption, more protection during your opponent's turn, just to make sure your board doesn't actually get broke. Let me focus in. There we are. Now for your non-Tenny stuff, of course, 2 Mare. Mare is just amazing. It gets all your plays and combos started, so definitely really good there. For hand traps, we're running 3 Ash. I mean, the format's unknown because of everything that's going on in the world right now, so just say generic hand trap stuff, 3 Ash. I mean, you can't go wrong. Then for your pretty much your committed normal summon, if you do open up with it, is Vanity's Fiend. If you go your full combo, your full Tenny combo, get your full Tenny board up, and then normal summon into your Vanity's Fiend, it's really insane because you're locking your opponent out of special summoning, because you already got your board already set up, so you're not really worried about it affecting you negatively. Then, of course, the last 2 cards, 2 Beckoned by the World Chalice, just 2 more normal summons for the deck. It helps go into Nat Beast if you do open up with it, and plus it's just a normal, a non-effect monster, so it doesn't get in the way of the Tenny stuff going off. And without ruin it for your normal summon. Now off to the spells. 3 Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. I want to run more of this card. This card is really broken and crazy. You can send 1 worm from your deck to your graveyard, so it's a foolish effect. Then if you control a non-effect monster, you can add a worm monster, or add a Tenny monster with a different name than the monster sent. So with this, you would be most likely sending off your Mare, and then searching off your missing Tenny piece for your combo. Then, of course, we got the field spell. 3 full flawless perfection of the Tennies. It's Pot of Greed. Anytime your opponent special summons a monster, you can draw 2. It's a hard once per turn, of course, because if it wasn't be broken, but it's a way to keep your card advantage in your hand and keep going. Then for broken one-offs, we have 1 Monster Reborn. Extender keeps your plays going. 1 World Legacy Succession, same concept. 1 for 1. 1 Foolish Burial, because you want to dump things, get things going. And then also a 39-card deck is never bad to have with 1 Upstart Goblin. For your traps now, 3 Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi, it is your solemn judgment for the deck. Whenever a spell or trap or monster effect is activated while you control a face-up non-effect monster, so you can negate the activation. And then also, if this set card is, let's say, destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special one non-effect monster from your extra deck for free. Plus, with Master Rule 5 starting up, it's amazing. Plus, this is the Master Rule 5 variant, so it doesn't have to rely on the actual like link zones and link arrows that the link monsters provide. Then for the last 3 traps, we have just a small solemn lineup, 2 strike, just to stop your opponent's monsters, let's say combo stuff going off, more disruption for the deck. And then of course 1 Waterfall of Dragon Souls. It just searches any word from your deck. It's crazy. So definitely really good. This does it for the main deck. Now let's just get off into the extra deck. Now the extra deck, we're going to start off with the card you'll, if your Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi does get popped, you can just pop out a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon 4500 beater. Just another monster your opponent has to deal with during their turn, because it'll most likely they'll be popping your set trap during their turn. So definitely something disruptive just to pop up on their turn really, really quick. Then 1 Nat Beast, because we can make it insane, just more disruption. 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. If you have the budget, say Borreload Savage Dragon is just as good, or if not better than this. But this is just what I have for substitute right now. So definitely, if you do have the Borreload Savage Dragon or any other, say level 8 synchro that you say prefer more, say just toss it right in. Then, of course, now we have our Yazi of the Yangzing. Crazy card. This deck is pretty good, especially off the Mirror. See if you can open up and go into it. Just a great card. Then another really more insane card is Baxia. Baxia is crazy because if you do make it, you do really pretty much get a guaranteed free say bounces back, say off in Baxia for your opponent. So it's a way to help say break through the boards and just get their stuff off the board. Then we're rocking 2 Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. The ultimate rare is just absolutely beautiful, so I had to pick one up from the OCG. But definitely just run 2 because it's more disruption. It becomes a huge beater if it stays on the board. It can just banish a monster after its effect activates. It's just more disruption on your board just to disrupt your opponent more. Now on to the links. 1 Berserker, you really only need 1. He was very crucial during the Link era. You'll see Master Rule 4 pretty much, because you would need him off with your Link Haribo and then make him off the extra, say, Mirror tokens, how that combo used to work. But now you just really don't need him as much as more. But one thing you do need is, of course, your 3 Monks. Monk is your starter card. Monk gets all your combos started, and definitely you want to see this card as much as possible. You want to get it off as much as possible just to get your combo pieces going. So definitely 3 Monks. Running 2 Shaman, because Shaman's part of the Mirror combo. She allows you to basically bring back the Mirror after it's dumped off the vessel. So definitely an easy way to access into Mirror that way. 1 Draco Master of the Tenyi. Well, it can't be destroyed by battle with by effect monster. So it has that good immunity. It's 2600, so it's pretty good, decent beater. And then also you control no other effect monsters. You can destroy effect monsters your opponent controls up to the number of non-effect monsters so your opponent will say that you control or in your graveyard. So it just becomes a general board wipe in a sense when it goes off. It goes off every once in a while, but you're normally not going to really go into it as much, but it's just there for the option to have. Then, of course, the new one, Tenyi Spirit Sahara. Insane. It's while you control a face-up non-effect monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attack. So this grants some attack immunity in case your opponent does get out a big beater and try to run over your board. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters for the rest of the turns with card effects. So it grants anti-targeting, so they have to get through your non-effects first before they can start going through your effects. Now, a quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Special summon 1 Tenyi Spirit token, attack, question mark, defense 0, level 4, light. That token's attack becomes that targeted monster's original attack. So if you make him it's a going second strategy or a style for you, this card becomes literally just another card. Like, it can copy one of your opponent's monsters and you can just go off from there and keep going with your combos. It's insane that way. But that has pretty much done it. I say rounds out for the deck profile. Like I always say, side deck is always up to personal preference, especially how your locals are shaping up and how your locals actually are. But this has been my updated Tenyi profile post duel overload. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe like always. Also ring the bell so next time I upload a video, you'll instantly know if YouTube's working. And as always, stay healthy and stay safe and wash your hands. And until my next video, bye-bye.